Okay, hey everybody, this is Satyr. Again, we're on Scorched Earth, day 8, or day 9, I'm sorry, not day 8. We are on day 9. Let's go ahead and get the server up now. And for those of you who are actually checking out the videos and enjoy watching, I hate that it does that. I hate that it pauses the stream while the arc is loading, but it is part of the stream. Okay, and we are live again. So, we are a minute or so into the day 9 recording for the YouTube channel, but we are also streaming live, as always. And for those of you who are tuning into the live stream, if you're on a PC, of course there is a chat room for Twitch. So by all means, throw questions, comments, concerns, or otherwise observations into the chat room, and I will be more than happy to answer those questions. As far as the recording goes, today, guys, we're going to be going through and looking at some stuff. Now, the building has changed a fair bit from the last time everybody was on. I've done some major work to it. Actually, we're going to go to Gamma 2. Let me get this little bit of stuff fixed. I don't know why those settings will not stay saved. Check generators again. Okay, so we're good there. We had some additions. I finally did get the T-Rex that I was talking about, and as you can see, we have 2. So we ended up with a fairly nice high-level 112 Rex. So that's going to definitely be a much-needed utility dragon or utility dinosaur there. I haven't gotten a dragon yet. I'm still working on that. And again, I picked up this girl for a breeder just because of her coloration, and this should provide for nice color combinations down the road. So right now I'm capturing for color now instead of primarily for utility. And again, we also have this in, so I don't know if this was down the last time you were on or the last time I was on the stream. But we now have an elevator, and I have it set up to go to the various floors. So as you can see, it will rise up, and it goes to second floor, which now has all of our utility dinos in here. So all of these guys, you know, of course, are all utility drakes, or utility, I keep saying drakes. Today must be the night we're going after a dragon. So we'll have to see. We'll really have to see. It takes a lot of stuff to do that. And again, I have my breeders for raptors over here. So we'll go back out. And again, wrong number pad. The elevator is set up so that to get the stops to work, you have to use the number pad. And don't do that. And of course the elevator won't hurt you if you're standing under it. It just glitches a little bit. But it will knock you off if you are on it and you run into the ceiling, for example. Now it's broke. There we go. Sometimes it will glitch out. What I was trying to say is that the elevator works off of the number pad on your keyboard. So that where you see the 0, 1, 2, 9, those correspond to keys on your 10 key. So it's tricky to get this all set up. I would have to go through and show you how to do it, and it's kind of involved process. And again, this is probably going to be a breeder type area. I'm not quite sure on that. I don't know why we're glitching out on the elevator. That's something that's new. This is probably going to be a crafting area, depending on what I decide to put up here. I haven't gotten that far yet. And of course, now the elevator goes all the way up to the roof. This is where we will eventually put our teleporter if we get to the point of building a tech teleporter. So we will teleport in here, and then we will ride the elevator back down. But I'm actually going to go ahead and send the elevator down, and I'm going to take a different route. So we're going to go over here and take a different route. So as you can see, I've done some other work out here. We now have ladders in, of course, for those of you who are not familiar with it. And it seems to be a glitch on something to do with the Scorched Earth stuff. It's like it's not loading in correctly. So that is something completely new. I might have to look into settings. Something is definitely wrong. We definitely seem to be having some issues. I had GeForce optimize Arc, and it seems that it optimized it a little too much. So now we're having to go back through and reset some of this stuff. We'll have to go through and fix this later. We don't need light bloom. Low quality level streaming. No, I guess we can do that. I guess now it has VR support. That is definitely handy. Make sure that didn't change too much. We're not going to worry about any of that stuff so much, any of that or that. So now, there we are. That fixed the problem. So notice if all of your settings are on low, you will lag out while you're walking across simple objects. Learn something every day when playing this game. Alright, so back to what we were working on. If you look over here, we have a new bridge that's put in. This is because we have now finished our barn. Wow. That's not a glitch that you see very often, so that's kind of a special one there. That's the garden plants that glitch out on occasion. So we have our garden in. And of course now they're dancing. You have to love physics. But again, this is basically the crops that you normally would need for crafting things. So for example, we have majo berries. We have a crop plot full of stem berries because we are always in need of those. We have 6 crops full of narco berries. So you should not run out of narcotics at any time soon after this point. Again, we have raw carrots, we have all of your veggies, and they are in a greenhouse, so they're getting 300% efficiency. And this is a gardener. And basically what it is you feed your gardener beer, from the beer barrel, and she will auto collect all of the crops out of here and hold on to them for you. And it's the same thing as if you're putting them in a refrigerator or in a preserving bin, because it extends their life. So again, basically we have all of the structures built that we had planned on building in this area. We have a few things that we need to work on, which primarily I'm trying to get enough metal together, which as you can see I went farming the other day. But this is a slow crafting method. This takes forever to make metal, even if I have 2 of them. But I need enough, and we'll go ahead and open the house up since we're on. Doors. Oh, that's right, I set them on automatic again. Let's check our bin. Our fertilizer bin is full. Let's see if we have any new eggs of any sort. Well, we're getting a few eggs, and we're still holding over on that stuff. But essentially, our next structure that we need to try and build, or we need to try and get stuff together to build, is either a tech replicator, and what we'll do is we'll look at patterns real quick. Now let's actually go to, So as you can see, we need a tech replicator. So if you go into crafting and you look here, we need 5,000 metal. That's going to take quite a while to get. And we also, to run the tech replicator, we need a tech generator. So if you go into the tech folder and you notice, tech generator takes 2,400. The beauty of the tech generator is that it runs element, which, let's see if we can find element. I don't think I can craft element in any of these. So you have to have a tech replicator to make element, I do believe, because I don't think we have an element crafter in, So you have to have a tech replicator to make elements. And you need element in order to run most of the tech gear. So I have to turn my stream volume down because it's kind of confusing me a little bit. The beauty of the tech generator is it runs off of element. You put 100 element in one of these, it will last you forever and a day. The beauty of that is this thing will run every electrical device that you have in your home. So all of the electronics in your home that can be run wirelessly can be run off of this. Now whereas, say for example, we have this light out here, which is up in the middle of the ceiling there. I'm not quite sure how far the range is on the generator we have in the house, but I do believe that light is getting just to the border of how far it will reach to power devices. The tech generator, on the other hand, I could put something on the other side of the ridge over there on that cliff, and it will be powered by the tech generator. So the tech generators have a humongous range. They don't use a lot of element. They produce power for everything, and they're wireless. You do not have to have cables or junction boxes. You just set them down, turn them on, and walk away, and they run. So that's the beauty of the tech generators, and that's really why I want to try and get one. But again, they take a lot of metal. So to combat the need or the lack of metal, we need an industrial forge. The only problem with that is if you come down here and you look at our engrams, the industrial forge is right here. That's level 80. So you have to be level 80 to be able to build an industrial forge. We have quite a little ways to go. Now, my plan to get those levels would be to craft narcotics, because you still get a really good amount of experience off of crafting this, even at high levels. I can't remember the exact count of the XP that you get off of these, but I do believe you get a fairly good amount. So that is why we have so many narcotics or narco berries that are being grown down in our garden, is to build this primary pattern, so that then you don't have to do this. You don't have to go out and gather all these other berries to make narco berries in order to convert into narcotics. So you're kind of breaking the system a little bit by primarily growing your narco berries and then crafting narcotics. But it's one of the quicker ways to level. The only other quick way to level is to create high level materials like buildings or things of that nature, but we don't want to waste materials on that kind of leveling. So the quickest way to level is to do the narcotics. But again, we'll get there. It's just going to take a little bit of time. So we just have to work at it. Now we can go out and we can farm some stuff. We can farm some mounts. Now that we have a Rex, we can go out and we can farm some of the stuff that we need as far as metal or stone or things of this nature. We still want to try to avoid rock elementals, because they will still take down a Rex. The only thing that can really kill a rock elemental is a dragon. And rock elementals are good mounts, but the only way you can knock them out is using a rocket launcher or a cannon. So they are rather difficult to knock out. They're about equivalent to trying to knock out a titanosaur or a titan. Titans, you basically have to shoot them in the head with a cannon until you knock them out. So again, trying to get a rock elemental, about as difficult. So really, our only way to level is either to clear the caves or to craft high level materials. So what we're actually going to do is we are going to actually go out and see if we can find some of this stuff that we need. So what I'm going to do is start getting materials together to go out on a run. I still would like to find a nice high level raptor. I have 3 breeders. I need one that I can use for a mount, not just a breeder. I also need to go refill my canteen, because I did not realize that was empty. That would have been very detrimental. So go ahead and refill canteen. I may actually take a spare one and put it on my jerboa so that we have an extra canteen. So let me get over here and... Wow, really? I just put that on and it is already empty. I didn't drink it. So I have a broken canteen. Interesting. I suppose you auto drink water now if you have it in your inventory. That is very handy and interesting. Not a good thing, I don't think, but very handy. We'll go ahead and pick him up. Let's see. We have a little bit of food on us. I think we will be okay. I may actually go ahead and get some more cooking while I'm finishing prep to go out. So I'm going to go ahead and pull some of this down. And get this going. I actually need some spark powder for that. So let's see, do I have any spare spark powder? I definitely want to take this. I ran out of weapons the last time I was out, and that was not enjoyable, so I will be taking spares this time. I'll take my whip. That will be a definite. Let's see, what is that? A megalodon? No, I do not need that saddle. Okay, and I think what we may actually do is we're going to build a satellite base or two. So now that I think about it, it's something that Rialta brought up about building satellite bases. So I think we're going to go ahead and follow her information. And let's see, we'll do it that way. That'll give us enough stuff for Let's load our backpack up here. That'll give us enough stuff to build a nice structure out of. We'll put our spare weapons on him. Put the raptor saddle on him. And why not? We'll put the tent on him. He's going to be on my... Well, no, maybe not the tent. That was a little much. That should be good. Spark powder. Yes, we need spark powder. We're probably going to take the Rex. So I'm going to take one of the Rexes out. That way we have something that has a little more oomph to it. Since we're going to be out for a while, I'm going to go ahead and get this going. Go ahead and load up some of the stuff on our Rex, and we're going to be taking this guy here. So we'll go ahead and load up some of these materials on there. I need to give him a little bit of meat so that he has something to eat. Well, he'll collect meat as we go, so I'm not too worried about that. Need to load some more berries into the bin. Since I have a supply of narco berries, I'm going to go ahead and pull a pretty good amount of these berries and drop in there. And again, this is feeding all of our dinosaurs when we're not here. So again, you can see something is eating out of it already, so that's a good thing. Let's see. I won't need any meat or anything like that because the Rex will be able to pick that up. I may not need any other things, so just in case, let's see. We have our sickle. We have that. I think I will craft a spare grappling hook because the last time I was out, my grappling hook broke, and I was stranded because I did not have my grappling hook. So we're gonna go ahead and make one of those real quick. That way we have a backup or a spare in case this one breaks. It's not an enjoyable experience to be on the other side of the map and have your grappling hook break when you're trying to stay away from critters that are otherwise trying to kill you. We are also going to be looking for a dino while we're out. We're going to be looking for a Yeti. I call them Yetis because I can't pronounce the actual name of the critter, and it does rather sound wrong. You'll see as I craft the saddle. Did I not learn? No, I did not learn that saddle yet. Amazing. I need to go through and just wipe out all of these. Ah, that is why. It is also a level 80 pattern. So that's why I have not learned that saddle yet. So if we tame one of these guys, we're not going to be riding it back, unfortunately. We'll see how much longer we have for food. I want to have a fairly nice stack of food before we leave, but it doesn't look like it's going to cook fast enough. So what I will do is go ahead and take what we've got. I should be alright. If I need any more, I'll have to make it on the road. So I will take that spark powder with me. I can make it on the road, but since I already have a stack made, take it with me. And actually, I think I will go ahead and take this campfire too. That's new. That I did not notice before with the red over the pickup. So there's some new functions that I'm seeing now in the game. And we're also going to be setting up for a... that does remind me I need to screenshot stats on this guy. The reason why I screenshot the stats is for when I go to breed it, I know what the beginning stats were, so that I know which stats transferred to the baby Rex from the father or the mother. Speaking of which, I'm glad I reminded myself of that. Get hers too. She's not very high level. I primarily got her for color, so if I breed these two, the level of the baby is going to either be, or is going to be somewhere between these two. It can either be low or high, and it will either inherit stats from the mother or stats from the father. It really depends. Come on, you. So we are going to go ahead and head out. And these guys are noisy. They're big. You just have to get used to them. We're going to go ahead and throw a point or two in health. And let's see, we'll throw a point in stam. We're not going to worry about weight so much. Melee damage we are definitely going to jack up. We want melee damage as high as we can get it, and we want to get his HP to at least 20 to 30,000. So we'll do this slowly because, as you can see, if you look at his HP meter, it's probably about half to a quarter down by now. And again, we made up his speed a little bit too. Now, I can't remember if Rexes can go across these or not. We're going to try it and see. There we are. So yes, Rexes can cross these. So you have to it takes just a second for the computer to realize you're on it. But there we are. And he's already leveled. So we will put a point in movement speed. Now, I know where I want a satellite base, so that's where we're headed now. So, you guys will get to see me set up a satellite base. Oh, now that's a pretty. And again, predators will not attack a Rex unless it's an alpha. Most predators will leave a Rex alone. So you can, as long as you do not dismount, you can spend as much time around predators as you want. But we are going to look at this little guy because I want to see what he looks like. There's a little male level 20, not very good colors on him, so he is going to become food. And I want to look at this little guy. That's a nice color level, or nice color level 80 there, male. I like that jade green and gray. That's very pretty coloration on that one. So I'll let him alone. And we lost another one that was over here. I'm not seeing it now. There's one. Let's see what that raptor is. That's a level 20. That's some very unique coloration. Green feathers, red and black. Or orange and black it looks like. So we're going to keep looking. There was another raptor over here just a second ago, but I don't see him now. I think he went off down that way. And we lost him over the hill. Alright, so we'll go ahead and turn around. We'll bypass this Procoptodon that's right here and start working our way back up the hill. And you want to be careful as you're sprinting on a T-Rex, because if you step on something while you're sprinting, you will actually damage it, which means usually you have to kill it. Because especially if it's something combative, it will come after you. Let's see. It looks like a para down there, not interested. There's another raptor. What are you? That is a level 35. Well, level 35 female, not quite impressed by the coloration on that one. So we're going to start working our way across the map. And again, we have our weather vane or our weather alert on us. So if something starts to happen in the world, or as far as weather, it will alert us to it, and we can get our tent out and take cover. And again, we want to keep an eye out for these little water pools as we're out. Even though we have two canteens with us, as you can see, they empty surprisingly for some reason. We had another raptor over here. It's a little level 15, all black or all brown. Can't see that one. And these little jerboas are everywhere, as you can see. We'll go on up this way. Basically, I'm going to build a base over near Blue Ob, and as you can tell, there's things in the game called obelisks or towers. These big obelisks, And there's primary colors. You have the green, red, and blue, which is the blue ob, I think, is way over there, and that's where we're headed to build our satellite base, because we have to go over there sometimes for tames. So we may as well go ahead and build a base over there in case we need it. Now, the only real things or real threats that I am worried about while I'm on this guy is I am primarily worried about dragons. Well, there's a couple of threats. I'm worried about dragons, rock elementals, and of course the Uties, and possibly Dadons. Because those are the few things that I feel would actually attempt to go after a Rex. Not a lot more is dumb enough to step up and go after a Rex. So, for the most part, we're going to kind of try to ignore most of this stuff as long as we don't step on it in the process of going this way. A little emerald green raptor there. And here is a Carno, so this will tell us whether or not he's going to bother us. Alright, come on. And again, these guys are like trying to drive a bus. You have to have a football field to turn them around. Yeah, see, even the Carnos are leaving us alone. They're not bothering us at all. So as long as we're on this guy, there's not a lot that's going to bother us at all. Again, as I said, the only thing I'm worried about is an alpha. An alpha or a Uti, those are my two primary concerns. So even the Argents don't bother you when you're on a Rex, which is, that is what we wanted to avoid. That is a 120 rock elemental. That is like death. So we're going to go around him. Normally, when I'm on a Rex, I will not run from a lot. I will pretty much chew through anything that gets in front of me on a Rex. Those guys, I will not even challenge. Rock elementals really, really hurt. Especially if your Rex does not have very high HP, you really don't want to tangle with a rock elemental. And again, we might try to tame a rock elemental at some point, but it's not high on my list of let's go out and have fun trying this. And I just saw a dragon. Let's see if there he is. That is a poison wyvern. So that is a poison drake. And it's just out of our range, so I'm not going to worry about him too much. But again, I do want to be cautious. We got a couple of raptors down there. A 105 male. Let's see. And again, we want to go after that ob over there. So we're going to keep working our way down that way. There's, of course, there's a few more Dadons. And another pack of Dadons. There's that 105 raptor we saw. Are we getting close to terror birds? No, that is not where we want to build. That is a land bridge, but that is not the land bridge we want to build on. We're looking for a land bridge similar to that one. possum type things. I hate those. They'll actually steal anything in your last inventory slot. Let me make sure I didn't steal anything off my Rex. I'll be a little upset. And they are everywhere, so I kill them every opportunity I get, because I highly dislike them. Let's do a quick scan for rock elementals. That's a couple of dire wolves. And again, we're working our way over towards this area over here. Let's see, is this our area that we want to be in? And Datons will not go after a Rex. Of course, anything other than an Alpha. I don't feel this is quite the area we want to be in, but I think we're getting close. I think our land bridge may be right up here, so we're going to keep plodding along and see if we can get up there. Oh, that's a pretty... what level is he or she? That is a level 65. That is a pretty color, though. That would make a rather pretty breeder. And you'll hear me refer to breeders, which primarily are dinos that you keep for one reason or another, either high HP, color, other stats. So primarily that's what they're for, and that's why we call them breeders. You have your utilities, which you actually take out on a regular basis, and then you have your breeders, which you never take away from the house because you don't want them to die. That's a very nice equus there. That is the place we want to put our satellite base right there. So that is what we're looking for. So we're going to slowly work our way up there, and that's where that plateau is where we want to put our satellite base. I won't have a teleporter out here, so primarily it will be, we might spend a little bit of time out in this area, and then we'll travel back south to the house as I need things that I don't have here. But once I get the ability to put in a teleporter, then I will install a teleporter out here so that it's easier to get to this area. Let's see, a little level 5, I'm not interested. So typically what I will do is I will behemoth gate off this end right between these two, right between those two outcrops, and this whole area is a rather nice place for a base. Nothing can get up here. The only problem is you do not have a source of water up here, so that's really the only primary concern, is there's no water. So I may actually change my mind about putting a base up here, and I may focus on somewhere else, but we'll have to see. If I can find a source of water that I can tap, then that would be good, but I don't really see a source of water up here. Let's look over this way. If I can find one of those little water pools, I'll put down a water well, and this will be where we stay, but I don't think I want to have to run water pipe all the way up here. Alright, make sure we get around that corner. And again, we could have this entire plateau blocked off from anything spawning on it. So blocking this off is not very hard. The primary thing is we need a source of water, so that's what we're really looking for down below, is a water well or some sort of water. So we don't have anything down there. Get this bus turned around here. And I'm going to ignore that white because there's really nothing in it worth going after. I do not see a source of water down there anywhere. So we'll keep looking just a little bit more. Nothing off of that side. Let's check over here. What is that? Okay. That is a doed. That is what that is. Yeah, so there is no water over here or at the other end. So we don't have access to water on this little ridge. We could build a satellite base, but we would have to put in a bunch of water wells and hope that it rains enough to refill them. Otherwise, we really are not going to survive long out here if we have to be out here for any length of time. So again, we want to keep searching just a little bit, seeing what we can find. See if maybe we can get up on this ridge, and we may run along this ridge a little bit. Let's see what we can find out this way. See if we can get up here. Morellotop's got up here. We might be able to. Come on. No, not gonna work. Okay. Because I was trying to get over there to see what's over there, but not gonna work. Alright. There is a baby dire wolf. It's level 50. Sometimes you have to look hard to spot little babies like that. Caught on a rock. It's amazing something this big gets caught on a rock. And caught on another rock. There we are. So this did not turn out to be a good spot. We're gonna go look again and see if maybe there's another spot. Actually, I don't know. I thought maybe I saw a water well out there, or a water spot. So I know there is a water well near here, but I cannot remember exactly where it is. I thought it was over in that outcropping, but I don't see it now, so I guess this probably would not be a good spot for us. We have a rock elemental up on top of the cliff up there. Let's go up this way a little bit and let's venture around, see if maybe we can find a spot that would make a decent base. And this would work if there was a water source near here. But again, I'm not seeing a water source. Oh, that is not good. Where is he or it? Looks like it may have been killed. There was a Yudi here because that purple glow with that circle is a distinct sign that there was one here. I think there it is. No. Well, I suppose it's gone then. Usually that is a buff that they'll give out when they're fighting or when they're being attacked. So usually seeing that glow is a good indication that you have one in the area. I may attempt to go get a dragon egg, but I don't know if I really want to. Because that would require me going down into the dragon caves on foot. And that may or may not end well. Let's see what we've got down in here. Can't see anything down there that way. So let's swing big guy this way and look off the side. There's one flying around. That's a fire. There's a poison there. There's another poison there. There's a lightning there. That's not good. Might be just a little too close to these guys. I'm looking in the walls to see if there's any nests. Let's see, what have we got over here? There's lightning. That is a level 5. See nothing thus far. Oh, we're a little too close now. It may be time to go. Yep, that lightning's out flying around. It's time to go. Yeah, let's not linger around them too long. So, as you can see, the dragon caves are not very friendly. You just about have to go in there wearing ghillie, and even then there's no guarantee you're going to survive. You have to get in, steal the egg, and get out, and that's the hard part. And there's a hyenodon. So for those of you who have not seen one in game yet, there is one. And to tame them, you basically have to walk up on them and pet them. That's a 25, and there's a 60. And evidently I'm not doing it correct. Let me actually research real quick, see how you tame a hyenodon, because that would be interesting to have one of those. According to what I was reading, you had to just walk up behind them and pet them. Wow. Okay, so it says as long as there's one. As long as there's one alone, you should be able to tame them. So let's see, I think we'll try to go for the level 60, but I have to figure out which one the level 60 is. Okay, the 60 is the male, which is the one with the alpha pack bonus. Ah, you slippery. Alright, so the male should be alone now. So that was one pet. This is going to take a little bit. But as you can see, this is how you do it. It's just going to take quite a little bit to do this. It takes 30 seconds between pets, and it's going to take a little while. So I don't know if we want to commit this kind of time to it. "35 pets, it's going to take 17 minutes. I don't know if we really want to sit here and spend that much time taming one of these guys. So, as much as I would enjoy having one of those as a pet, I think I will let it go. It's a level 25. Let's see how long that would take. "32 pets in 15 minutes. It's way too long. I don't have that kind of time to dedicate to taming a hyena. I've got a pack of raptors at the house if I need defense. Again, we were looking to build a satellite base. Thus far, I have not seen a place that is really worth building one. I wanted to build one on that plateau, but without a source of water, that really would not be a good place to build something. So I think first I need to locate a source of water, and then I can worry about building a satellite base once I find water. So I would much rather find a regular source of water and then build my base. So let's see what we have over this way. Take a minute because we're out of stam anyway. Nice argent there. I don't like the coloration on that argent. That is very pretty. It's level 10 though, but I don't really want to tame any flyers since they nerfed the flying in the game. I need to change headphones for a moment. What all the noise is. Okay, there we are. And of course, the jet engine is going to be coming back on because it's getting a little warm in here. So I apologize ahead of time for the jet engine. Oh, what do we have? Still nowhere that would be a good satellite over here. Still have not found a source of water. Well, this video may be a bust. I may not actually find water. That was sort of the plan, was to get out here, find a place to put a satellite base down, and get that established. But we definitely are not finding a source of water out here on this area. Alright, now let's go a little bit further around towards Blue Orb and let's see what we can find around there. And again, I kicked a pig. And I'm going to kick another pig. Bacon. Hey! Stole my bacon. Terror bird stole my bacon. Let's see what we have up this way. Some high ground so we can see what's down there. Maybe we can find a source of water. Let's see. Ah, well, that is definitely useful information. I'm glad that someone actually did that. Let me update a post on Twitch real quick, and I will get right back to the video, or update a post on Facebook. Okay, so it seems that in order to use the chat in Twitch, you have to have an account, which I was not aware of. I thought that the chat channel was free and that anybody could chat anonymously or whatever, but Rialta just actually informed me that yes, you have to have an account to use the chat. So I'll start working on finding another stream program that I can use in order to have people chat so that you don't have to make an account. I know sometimes that can be a pain and people don't like doing it, so I'll figure out another way for you guys to chat with me while I'm doing the live stream, so that we don't have to worry about that. Get up there, get out of there. Come on. I'm navigating a bus. Alright, let's see what we have up this way. We got that nice bridge there. We're getting back away from blue. I think blue, yeah, blue ob's around this corner. Okay, no, we're headed in the right direction to go to blue ob. Ah, have a box. Let's see if we can get this. And there is a micro raptor. I want to try not to annoy those. But I have a feeling in order to get this box, I'm going to have to dismount to get it, which is going to cause them to attack. So let me go ahead and eliminate them. Okay. No, I don't want a name. I want a mount. There we are. Okay. So yeah, I guess we will continue looking for satellite base over in this area because we need one kind of at each corner. So I guess we'll have to go over towards Blue Ob and maybe look over in that direction. Continue moving along here. So I guess day 9 is me out exploring on a Rex, looking for a place to put a satellite base. Getting close. Yeah, I want to go, I definitely want to go on around towards blue, so we'll keep going this way. There's another box. Let's go ahead and grab this one as we go by. And Rialto actually got an account. So, yes, Rialto is now on the Twitch channel, so that is good. So again, if you're watching the Twitch stream, you can watch for free, but if you actually want to use the chat, you need an account. Again, I'm not going to ask everybody to go out and get an account just to use the chat. I'll figure out a workaround. It's just going to take me a little bit of time. But if you want to make an account on Twitch, then by all means, make an account. You can join into the chat, but I think as a workaround, more than likely, I will either start using my Discord channel, or I will start using Facebook chat and just have people send stuff to me through a channel or something that way. I do not know if I want to go up there. Let's look. There's a level 15 UT over there. I don't know if I have to mess with him too much, but we'll go ahead and look. I would love to have a lot higher level one than 15. That is what a UD looks like. Like I said, they look like a big feathered raptor. But I don't know why the Carnos are turning on them, because they actually have an ability that can make the Carnos fight for them. I don't know why the Carnos are turning on them when they fight for them. So, not quite sure what that is, what problem that is. Check over here. We're getting close to blue, so I know there's usually water at the base of the obelisks. So worst case, if I have to, I'll build a base somewhere out here close to the obelisk itself. Boo! Back up, back up, back up. There is a 15 rock elemental. What kind of HP? Yeah, that's a lot of HP to have to peel off. I do not think we want to really tangle with him, if I can help it. Let's see if we can get by him without him popping up. If he pops up, we're just going to have to take off. Yep. And make a run for it. And not stop running until we get down here to Blue Ob. Now this does look like a fairly nice place for a base. I don't see a whole lot down here that I'd have to worry about. Possibly up on the cliff, so this is probably a good little spot. Yeah, I'm thinking possibly putting a satellite base right here. Right here or right over there. So just a small base. There are plenty of herbivores around, so I don't have to worry too much about predators. There are a few in the area, but yeah, I'm definitely thinking right around in here would be a good satellite base. So this might work. chatting with Rialta in the chat room. So, as I said, we've got a little over an hour into the recording. We didn't get much accomplished, so next time you log on, there probably will be a satellite base out here, and I'll probably be back south working on other projects. I'm going to try to round out level 80. I really need to. I got to get 4 levels somehow so that I can get that industrial forge. I really need that industrial forge. Again, a lot of the tedium stuff, the gathering, the crafting big buildings and stuff like that, I'm probably not going to do videos on, so I'll kind of try to plan a little better, especially for you guys watching the videos on my YouTube channel. That way you guys get better use of the time. Instead of sitting there for an hour watching me run around on a Rex, you can actually see an hour of me actually doing things. Or I might shorten the videos. Instead of doing an hour, I may just do a video of me building something in particular so that you guys can see how that goes. But again, it really depends on what we do, and it depends on what you guys want to see. Again, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and kill off the recording of Ark Scorched Earth Day 9. Go ahead and try and get that uploaded later tonight. And again, I'm going to run the stream for a little bit tonight. I do have a test tomorrow, so I probably won't be on that late tonight. But I will be back tomorrow night to stream a little bit more. And hopefully, or tomorrow afternoon, 1 p.m. Let me make sure I get my times right. Tomorrow afternoon, 1 p.m. and pretty much around 1 p.m. every afternoon, I will do my stream. If my stream is not on, just continue to check back. I'll try to post in Facebook when my stream is actually going to go live. That way you guys can see it. Usually give me 10 minutes or so to get the stream up. As you saw today, if you were watching, I had a little bit of issues with my streaming software, and I need to work on that. I got to get OBS tweaked and get it working correctly again. I like streaming through NVIDIA Shadowplay, but it doesn't have some of the functionality that OBS does. So I'm going to try to go back to using OBS. But again, check out the videos, check out the Twitch channel. I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow for another video. It would be Arc Day 10, and hopefully we can do something constructive instead of just a bunch of tedium. But I will catch you guys later. Have to break up a bar fight here. Alright.